Good afternoon and welcome to NYCryptoTalk. Today's project review is on effect.ai, the decentralized network for artificial intelligence powered on the Neo blockchain. So this is a relatively new project on the Neo platform, one of the newest tokens to be listed on Switch.io. So it just came out of ICO about 3 weeks ago, give or take, and they have been going strong in their project. I just wanted to give a quick recap of what's going on with the project, what it is, what they look to accomplish, what I feel about the project, and how I think this matches up to what is going on in the blockchain and in technology in general. So looking at effect.ai, what they plan on doing is being a close competitor to Amazon's Mechanical Turk AI software, which is basically a service that allows individuals to either offer up services for people to complete tasks or for users to actually complete tasks for other companies, whether it be manual validations of files, images, and so forth. And basically you get paid to do these services, and it is used in the AI modeling software, and they use your individual information that you've completed the tasks, and that goes into the AI models and whatever predictive modeling that they use. And effect.ai looks to compete with the likes of Amazon. They have a lot of different functionality that they plan on doing, but the first step in their process is called the Mechanical Turk, the M-Turk. So I'll go through the effect.ai website, then I'm going to go through their light paper, and then go through the information that I kind of find relevant within the project. So looking at effect.ai, if you go to their website, you can download their white paper, their light paper. The light paper actually covers most of the information for the project. The only thing that it might be missing that the white paper has is a lot of the formulas that go into things like their galaxy pool or their conversions on how they aim to utilize the platform and increase liquidity of the actual EFX token for the actual M-Turk platform when it is a new project. So they talk about the introducing of the effect network. Our project introduces an open decentralized network that provides services in the artificial intelligence market. The project is called the effect network. The 3 different phases of effect requires no fees, have a low barrier of entry, and provides fast growth to its users. It runs seamlessly on the Neo blockchain and is fueled by the network NEP5 token. The effect of this network will define the future relationship between humanity and AI. So I like how they say the effect of this network. So that's where they get the effect network. So the 3 different phases, the first one is the M-Turk, which is a manual workforce that allows individuals to complete tasks, and that will eventually go into developing AI algorithms. There's the smart market, which allows for decentralized exchange where people can offer and buy AI or the Mechanical Turk data, services, and algorithms. And then effect power, which is basically the last phase where we distribute the computational power needed to run deep learning frameworks and other AI algorithms. Think Deep Thought. If you guys are not familiar with Deep Thought, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, great movie, great book. Definitely check that out. But when I hear deep learning frameworks and things like that, I always think Deep Thought. So a lot of information about actually using computational power to actually build AI models and predictive functionality. And you can check out their YouTube video. They are actually very active on their YouTube channel. They do have a great explainer video on YouTube where it'll actually go and show you everything about the service in a quick 2-minute video, quicker than my video will be. So they talk about how AI could contribute to up to 15.7 trillion to the global economy in 2030. I've done different videos on AI projects. I do think AI is actually going to be AI and IoT are going to be the 2 biggest industry makers for the next 10 years. So I think AI is going to be huge, and there's definitely a need for competition. So I think effect.ai, even though there are other AI platforms out there, even on the Neo blockchain, I think effect.ai is definitely going to have a good stand-in as long as they can get the M-Turk project up and running in a relatively quick manner. They should be able to hit a lot of goals. They have information about their token sale, which we don't need to go into. Their token sale is now over. They actually have a very good group of individuals and their advisors. There's Charlie Shrem, who's an advisor, and if you guys are not familiar, you guys should definitely check out Charlie Shrem on Google. There's a lot of information about him. He actually has been a Bitcoin investor for a very long time. He was one of the original Bitcoin millionaires, and he has a lot of experience in the field. There's Tony Tran, who is a CTO and co-founder of a housing rentals platform, the B-Token, if you guys are not familiar, B-Token. So Sally Eves is actually an advisor as well, and she is a practicing professor of blockchain, founder of the Global Strategic Advisor. She's on a lot of different platforms as an advisor role. She's also a co-founder of the Project Chavome, which I've done a review on, which is a DNA sequencing blockchain platform. And then there's Stephen Derulo, who is also an advisor for the fintech area. So they have quite a bit of people there, as well as their actual team itself evolved out of an existing company. So if you guys check out, it's called itsavirus.com. It is a software and interaction design company. A lot of these individuals actually came from this platform. They actually evolved that platform into the effect.ai team. So if you go into any of their LinkedIn profiles, almost all of these guys are actually originally from the It's a Virus platform. So they have worked together before, which is always a plus when it comes to a project, having that historical background on your teammates. So I definitely think that that is going to be a plus with this within this project. So looking at just a simple understanding of what they're doing with the M-Turk, basically you have your requester and then your workers. So the requesters on the M-Turk platform basically load their tasks to train their AI algorithm, and then basically they can retrieve the results once the information is then available from the workers. So the workers can find interesting tasks, they can search and submit their information that they plan on doing, and then they get paid through cryptocurrency, through the EFX token. They will get the information. Then they will also get paid through the EFX token to complete the different tasks, and then that's when the requester retrieves their results. So these are the different types of tasks that it might include, and these are similar to Amazon Mechanical's Turk. So there's image classification, transcribing audio, data labeling. There might be captioning services. So if you guys are not familiar, a lot of these services for image classification, and as an example that they do use in the white paper, is the example of road signs. They might actually have you classify and write down different names of road signs, because when it comes to autonomous vehicles, they utilize these road signs to interact with their actual self-driving models, so to understand what sign says what in different languages. So utilizing this image classification, the workers can then write down what the actual name of the sign is. That goes then to the AI requester, and that information will get loaded into their database. You can also transcribe audio. So these are services that might be useful for certain platforms, and data labeling. So the Effect network will maintain a decentralized exchange with a pool of tokens to provide liquidity. This is called the Galaxy Pool. Basically, the Galaxy Pool consists of EFX, NEO, and Gas. Basically, this is allowing for the liquidity of the network. There's a equilibrium balance, as they call it, and this allows for the utilization of users and workers being able to earn EFX tokens through the liquidity that's available from NEO, Gas, NEP, BTC, LTC eventually. Right now it's just NEO, Gas, and the EFX token. But basically all these individuals will utilize what's in the Galaxy Pool to create the liquidity to pay the users, and to also offer up the services that were requested by the individuals on the platform. So then it also talks about how there's an affiliate reward program involved, a governance platform, crowd sale funds. All this can then link into the Galaxy Pool, which is governed by the actual smart contract from effect.ai. Looking at their FAQ, they have a lot of great information here if you do not want to jump into their white paper, which I definitely recommend. But having a FAQ is really helpful. I find that companies that do this are definitely helping people find questions that are most relevant to what they might normally look for in a project. So things like, how close are you to an alpha? They look to release a beta on the NEO network by end of Q2 this year. So hopefully in the next month and a half, we should be seeing a beta of the effect.ai M-Turk. Why did they go onto the NEO blockchain? They looked at different platforms, they said, and they were very adamant with the high transactions per second that the DBFT consensus algorithm offers on the NEO blockchain. Do they plan on developing its own blockchain? They did say that they do not plan on doing it. They want to stay on the NEO blockchain. And what kind of support they get from NEO. So they said that NEO actually offers up marketing services. And then what is the incentives for a company to choose M-Turk over Amazon? So effect.ai's platform over Amazon. So basically the request from AI developers will be free of charge in the platform's early stages. It will allow requesters to pay for workers considerably more for their labor. Furthermore, in the future, the price that's associated with the listing test will always be less than the traditional service, since effect.ai will not charge a 40% markup. We'll go into the breakdown of what the costs are between effect.ai and Amazon. They are drastically different on what can be actually accomplished on the platform and how much people get paid. So it is really nice to see that they actually offer a lot more benefits than what Amazon would. So looking at their competition, they feel that creating a decentralized platform that rewards workers fairly offers a fairly sizable advantage. So talking about their actual competition in blockchain, they feel that most of the competition actually is just focusing in on the mechanical Turk solution, but that's just phase 1 of their project. They still have the phase 2 and phase 3, which is the smart market, and then the effect power, which is the actual AI computational deep learning. And then they talk about how M-Turk eventually will go away in the next couple of years after AI starts getting more advanced, and they understand that, and that's why phase 2 and phase 3 are something that needs to happen within their platform and why they feel they have an advantage. Moving to the light paper, there's some great information here that talks about AI and how the market is growing at a remarkable rate, but it's becoming less accessible with each passing moment. Basically, the large corporations are holding and basically siloing all this data, and it's not available for most individuals to reach this information. So having a decentralized platform is where they plan on being able to break up that market and allowing for more open network that most individuals can actually access, as opposed to being blocked off unless you're a major corporation that can get to the likes of Amazon. So looking at the current AI market and where they feel the main reasons why the AI market has such a prohibitive high barrier for entry is data processing, diverging tasks, and computational costs. So they look to solve all these, and these are the different ways they plan on solving it. For the accessibility, by linking supply and demand through our micro-tasking platform, the effect.ai M-Turk, we enable users who do not have access to large datasets or a big network to train their AI algorithm. Accuracy, the effect smart market enables users and individual applications to find each other or to buy and sell information. Through this exchange, users can get their hands on datasets with significantly higher complexities to train their AIs. Performance, users can directly buy existing datasets on the smart market or quickly create their own dataset by requesting microtasks on the M-Turk platform. And then interoperability, by running AI on the blockchain and creating a standard to which algorithms have to comply, we simulate interoperability, resulting in powerful emergent intelligence that would be difficult to achieve for single AI algorithms. So looking at the effect M-Turk a little bit more in detail, you have the different pieces of the puzzle that build the actual M-Turk model. Is the workers. The effect workers can choose tasks on the platform that are made available to them by requesters. Workers might be included from tasks based on certain criteria such as age, location, gender. Workers can complete the task from the requesters in exchange for the EFX tied to these tasks. So that's good to know that individuals, when they search for existing tasks, they might not get all the results. They only get results that are applicable to them. So it is actually pretty interesting that they actually have an exclusion, so that when an individual searches for tasks that are available on the AI network, they might be excluded depending on the parameters on age, location, sex. So if they're looking for something that might be in a specific country that speaks a specific language, they might exclude the United States. if they're looking for something about child rearing, for whatever reason, they might exclude males from that information. The job offers on the platform are tasks that require human intelligence. As mentioned above, these tasks are called human intelligence tasks, or HITs for short. Effect means a database of deployed smart contracts to make it easy for requesters and workers to interact with the network. Adding smart contracts to the network is handled through governance. Affiliate programs will cover the cost of deploying new contract types. And then there's bots. Of course, some of these tasks entered by requesters could be at one point completed by bots or artificial intelligence. Instead of discouraging such practices, the Effect network actually allows for this to happen by enabling functional algorithms and their creators to receive payments for their service. This leads into the Effect network's second phase, which is the smart contract, which is the decentralized marketplace where AI algorithms can exchange their services. Following our data exchange format, an application owner can register on the exchange by specifying a public endpoint for his or her application. The application can now be invoked through a smart contract on the blockchain. The caller of the contract will have to transfer the required funds to the owner of the contract to get an authorized token that allows him or her to interact with the application. The third phase is the Effect power, which is basically the actual computation that will be distributed so the algorithms can run globally without one single point of failure. To achieve this, the Effect network uses the fact that most machine learning algorithms have rigid structure and operation on sets of weights. These types of algorithms are relatively easy to distribute. The Effect network decentralized compute engine is based on popular deep learning networks like Caffe 15, MXNet 16, and TensionFlow 17, where the network structure can be defined as a declarative graph and weights are stored as matrices of real numbers. These matrices can be distributed over a decentralized file system and be processed at different compute nodes on the network. More details on this phase will be provided as the project progresses. So then they talk about the Galaxy pool, which is where I said the liquidity of the FX token is then built in from the NEO and gas tokens as well. So they have the representation that I talked about before, and then they have the Galaxy EFX tokens, which is basically the Galaxy pool based EFX tokens. And then they talk about the reputation score that are given out to users who compute tasks and actually completing the task. They will get a reputation score similar to a feedback that most platforms have, so they can have this information for their rating if they did good work on their project. So a good representation here of the comparison between Amazon and effect.ai. We look at the M-Turk platform and the description between the two. So obviously Amazon is a centralized, high cost, thousands of on-demand workers. M-Turk is decentralized, private, secure, fully global, very low cost, a potential for millions of on-demand workers. So obviously the last piece is something that they're expecting. And then they have the percentage taken from requesters is free for M-Turk, and it's 20 to 40% for Amazon. Only 43 out of 195 countries are available for Amazon. Payment to workers is instant for effect.ai, and it takes 4 to 21 days for Amazon. And the average hourly rate for a worker, you can see, is more than 4 times the amount for effect.ai, and it is also secure and private as opposed to Amazon. So a lot of benefits here when we look at the comparison between the two projects. So looking at their roadmap here, you can see where we are right now, which is just the end of Q1 2018, which is where the token crowd sale was, and it has been completed. We are now in Q2, which is where they plan on getting the Galaxy pool creation, which they named Supernova, and then they have the beta of Effect M-Turk at the end of Q2. And then looking down the road, they have Q1 2019 is the smart contract, and then Q4 of 2019 is Effect power. So I'm not a big fan of the time frame here. Obviously, I hope they rush things, not rush it, but they advance this actual roadmap, because I'm not a big fan when I start seeing the next steps after the first phase being almost a year away. So obviously the M-Turk platform beta in Q2, which means we'll probably get a actual live version in Q3 at some point. So the smart contract, obviously the smart market being released in Q1 in 2019 is obviously a little bit far away, but I guess if you think about Q3 is going to be the phase 1, Q1 is not relatively too far away, but Q4 of 2019 for effect power is definitely far away from me, in my own personal opinion. But I still think that if they can get the M-Turk off the ground, it'll be a great weight lifted from their shoulders. If you want to get more information about mechanical Turks or how the M-Turk platform would work just for effect.ai, I know it's not a one-to-one, but if you actually go to M-Turk.com, you'll get to Amazon's website, and they'll give you a lot of information here. You can actually get started and actually work with M-Turk pretty much almost immediately, but it talks about how it works and how the platform provides certain test cases for you and how the tasks actually get completed. So a lot more information can be had at Amazon's site. Obviously, effect.ai is going to be different the way it's managed, but you can get more background information on M-Turks in general. Looking at effect.ai, as far as the market cap is concerned, the project value, and where it stands right now, the circulating supply right now is almost 200 million tokens with a total supply of 650 million. Obviously, this will get increased as liquidity goes up and as services are rendered. So right now, the circulating supply shouldn't be changing for the most part until the actual live platform happens. The actual evaluation of the project is at about $12.7 million, and the token itself is valued at around 6.6 cents. So right now it is a very low market cap coin, a relatively new project. It is only available on the Switch.io network. And if you look at the actual coin information, it has pretty much gone up and down around the same price since it's been listed on the exchange. So it really hasn't gone up. So it is definitely at the early stages of the project. If you guys want to look in more on this, I definitely think is a very undervalued project, has huge potential with the AI market in general, and I think they do have a sound team, a sound advisor team, and they are a new NEO-based project, which I'm always a big fan of because I feel that the NEO projects are generally a lot more vetted than other Ethereum-based tokens. So definitely give them a peek. I think they have a lot more information coming. It is a small community building its base right now, so definitely check it out. Obviously, this is not financial advice. This is just a guy talking to people on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get notified about more videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks again for watching.